The reason I'm making this video is for those women out there that are having trouble losing weight and who, have image issues. I don't think I'm going to be able to get much lower than this. I lost approximately 5 pounds. I used to be like 141. I'm down to 136. Will say this. I'm 56 years old. I certainly don't have a model figure, but don't let cruel people out there discourage you, okay? Despite what you hear, if a man truly loves you, he's not going to drop you if you look like me or if you even look over me. Now, obviously, if you're really obese, that might be an issue, but I feel totally secure about my men. And of course, the number one man that I'm trying to please, and this is not in a sexual way at all, is Jesus Christ. And I'm really excited about this next book. I'll let you see, this is where I'm at right now. Certainly not a model figure. And this bathing suit is a little too small for me because I bought this when I was as skinny as a rail and I weighed 123 pounds. So it's kind of tight around here, which makes, some of the fat around here show up even more. So if you can get some clothes that fit you or a bikini that fits you, you can probably look pretty hot even with my, slightly pudgy, but it's certainly not fat as a hippo, like somebody said. I'm a little concerned when people make comments about that and when I look something like this or a little over, because whoever says that, you're really, really cruel to people who really do have a weight issue, because, or maybe somebody who's got a tendency towards anorexia. You need to, you're going to meet Jesus at the judgment. And Jesus is going to ask you, why did you say that to Gail? Why did you tell her that? I mean, don't you realize by making a statement with Gail, who has a healthy weight, that you may encourage a viewer out there who's battling with bulimia or anorexia to keep on, killing themselves. You need to be careful when you say stuff like that, okay? It's not a healthy thing to say. I have a healthy weight. In the American culture, we are did you know a lot of those pictures of those models they put up there are doctored? They actually trim the waistline down to make it look flat like this. And then the models are as skinny as a rail, and they prance up and down that walkway, saying, oh, this is what you got to look like if you're hot, and if you're not as skinny as me, then you're ugly and you need to lose weight. People, Jesus, when I weighed this much, actually when I weighed even a couple more pounds than this, and I was having a conversation with me and Brent Spiner and Jesus Christ, Jesus said, I was complaining to Jesus that Seroquel made me gain about 20 pounds. You know what Jesus said? He said, Gail, you are at a healthy weight. He said, when you weighed like 123 pounds, your cells were dying from malnutrition because the yeast infection in my body was getting all of the germs first. I'm not germs, the nutrients first before me. So I think in some ways I looked uglier back then. My skin didn't look healthy. My face looked older. Since I've been on Seroquel, Seroquel has cleaned out my cells, and I have young-looking skin. I'm 56 years old, and you got to be realistic. When you get to my age, this isn't all fat sags back here. Some of this is age. Some of these sags back here, it's not all fat. And so, granted, if I weighed 130, I could probably compete with all of the actors and actresses out there, but folks, okay, do not let some shallow, evil person who's probably a Jesuit, or if not, they're under Jesuit brain control. Jesus Christ told us that the problem with the Jesuits is that he says they're obsessed with sex and with the body and with body image, And they carry it to an extreme. I think they all do plastic surgery to try to make themselves look good. And they set up unrealistic expectations for beauty, and it's not even what true beauty is. I genuinely believe from the bottom of my heart that much more important than physical beauty. And I'm not going to demean it totally. I mean, it does matter to an extent to a man. You know, they don't want their woman to really be fat as a hippo like this. But much more important than having the model figure is to be a real woman in your heart, to have courage, to stand by your man when he's in trouble, to support him, to love him, to build him up as a man and make him feel manly. That's a real, genuine man. That's what he wants in a woman. Okay, so, you know, so I don't have the perfect figure. So maybe I have some sags and bags, but you know what? Jesus Christ told me, he says, Gail, you're hot. And then my man said, oh yeah, we agree with you. He says, of course, that was when I was skinny, but you know what? I bet they still think I'm hot. But I know Jesus Christ thinks I'm hot, and I don't care. I wasn't going to make it an after video where I showed the weight because I was thinking, you know what, Gail, maybe you shouldn't do this because you may set up unrealistic expectations in some of your viewers, and you may make them feel that if they're not, you know, if they don't look like you or if they look worse than you, that they're ugly. So I don't believe that. You know, when I was in Texas and I went to a church, I saw a married couple. They were both overweight, but I could tell they were deeply in love with each other. Love is far more than physical beauty. And I'm not demeaning physical beauty, but it is. And it doesn't matter how good looking a woman is. If she is a witch at home, if she doesn't love and support her man, if she has anger, she's always angry, if she always looks like she wants to kill somebody, she's ugly. I don't care if she's got a 36, 26, 36 figure, and to the man, she'll be ugly too. You know who's a beautiful woman? It's the Proverbs 31 woman. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. Beauty is vain, and men's praise is vain. Who can find a virtuous woman? Her price is far above rubies. You know, I'm really excited about the book I'm writing right now. Let's kind of show. Anyways, somebody had the gall to say that I'm fat as a hippo. Do I look as fat as a hippo? I think you need to go get your glasses. They're usually out to here. Probably a young 20-something upstart who doesn't have to deal with my yeast infection, who doesn't have to be on Seroquel. When I was in my 20s, I looked really good. I mean, better than this. I weighed about 129 pounds, and I probably would have looked pretty good in a bikini. But you know, in my 20s, I didn't believe in wearing bikinis. I thought it was sinful. In fact, I even thought it was sinful to wear pants. And Jesus has kind of had me grow as a Christian. I'm not as legalistic as I was back then. And for those of you who are Christians and say, well, what are you doing wearing a bikini? That's sinful. Actually, I was really shocked because I've gotten to know Jesus Christ quite a lot in the past couple years. He's actually communicated with me, you know, through Brent Spiner. Jesus Christ told Brent, he said, I like a bikini. And we said, what? You like a woman to wear a bikini? He says, yeah. He says, I'm the one who invented woman. And he says, I like to admire my creation. He said, the only time I don't like it is if she uses the bikini to try to tempt somebody or... So anyways, they say I'm fat as a hippo. Okay? I wasn't going to do this because I didn't want to send the wrong message, but I'm most certainly not fat as a hippo. I'm just concerned. You know, it took courage for me to allow myself to go in that bikini and let everybody see my slightly overweight body. I did that on purpose to encourage the people out there who are slightly overweight. And it takes courage for me to expose the Jesuits because they've got $1 billion campaign out there to, you know, make me appear crazy. I'm not exaggerating. They've probably spent at least $1 billion. When you think of all the clone women they use and all that, so... I'm certainly not fat as a hippo. And I'm not crazy either. You see, I am born with the genes of King David. I've got half of his genetic profile. My next book's going to be going really deep into that stuff. And I've been targeted since the day of my birth. And I should be dead. I really should, because the mountain of Jesus has been protecting me. I'm just grateful to be alive and to have the health that I have. I have to struggle every day to maintain my health, and Jesus helps me. But look, certainly not a model figure. Hey, and for those women out there who take Seroquel and you don't gain weight, I'm happy for you. But most women and people who get on Seroquel do gain weight. And I'm just going to let you know, if you look like me, and it's possible if you follow like that Daniel Plan diet, and if you look like me, be happy. Jesus said, Gail, you have a healthy weight. This is a healthy weight. Don't let anybody out there intimidate you if you look like this into thinking you're ugly or fat as a hippo. Because come on, look at me. I have hippos out here. Am I fat as a hippo? Okay. The person who said that, you really need to be careful, because I'm well adjusted enough that I'm not going to let your comment bother me. But I'm concerned about somebody out there who's going to look at me and think, wow, she's not fat, and they said she's as fat as a hippo, then I must be a monster. No, the person who said that is a monster. Okay? We're going to set the record straight. They're the monster, not you. Okay? And in many cultures of the world, a little bit overweight's attractive on a woman. They actually like it. So since the American culture has an unhealthy obsession with this skinny model figure, who looks like a woman who's suffering from anorexia, that's not healthy. Okay? So the person who said that, they're a total jerk. Okay? Just take it from me. They're a total jerk. If I was a guy, and I'm telling you the truth, if I was a guy, I would much rather have a woman who had some weight on her, who was kind and beautiful and would support me when I'm in trouble, than some skinny model look like Laurie McBride who would rape me and torture me and demean my manliness and make me feel like and make me want to kill myself as a man. Now that's ugly, okay? If you want to know what a beautiful woman is, go to Proverbs 31, or read about Ruth in the Bible, or Sarah, who always honored her husband. Those are beautiful women. I don't care if you could win the Miss America contest. If you don't stand by your man when he's in trouble, if you rape him to obtain a relationship with him, if you present lies to the public to make it look like you're his ideal mate when you know he can't stand your presence, if you're that kind of a hypocrite, you are ugly. It doesn't matter how good looking you are, you're ugly.